back once again, second Friday of every month. I am Cipriano Ortega, and this is Sacred Voices Open Mic. Welcome to everybody out there on the digital world, and welcome to everybody here in the flesh. Once again, my name is Cipriano Ortega, and I am a board member of Sacred Voices. And Sacred Voices' mission statement is, Sacred Voices promotes unity and healing among Black, Indigenous people of color, BIPOC communities through creative expression while empowering youth to find their voice, power, and becoming leaders in their own communities. So the way this works too is we also very much need money from time to time to keep this going. So this evening we'd like to make the pledge of $100 to see if we can get to there tonight. So even $1 gets us one step closer to that $100 mark. So if you're feeling charitable this evening on Friday, please do give us some money because we would very much appreciate it to keep our mission statement going. Yes, and the Venmo information will be right here on our, it's going to be, Venmo is at Sacred Voices, and there's that information up there for anybody else who is curious about that. Yeah, suggested donations are $5 to $1, so, you know, that's how it is. That's my money spiel for tonight. I will be reminding everyone a little bit later about that as well, too. So, I also wanted to talk a little bit about, for the performers tonight, the whole concept of microphone technique. So in order to be heard, it's recommended about 2 fingers away from the microphone. If you step a little bit farther away, if you're here, it goes away. So do be courageous with the microphone when you step up here. It's not going to bite you, at least it hasn't so far. But yeah, that's about it. Be sure to be clear when you're speaking as much as you can, and just have fun. Also, just so you know, this show is recorded, and your performances, some of them may be shared on social media to our Facebook and Instagram and etc. And if you'd like access to those, please do let us know. We can include you and tag you in those as well too to promote your own work. So do just be sure to come up to me and let me know. Let's see here. You're allowed to say whatever you'd like. Just know that if you swear a lot, you probably won't be on public access television broadcasting, but you can still say whatever you'd like. It's an open mic, it's an open floor. Whatever you'd like to do, it's your time. Also, we do First Friday open mics. I'm also hosting those as well too on Santa Fe and at a Cafe Tonantzin is where we do it outside of that. It's right near the Capoeira studio if you're aware of that area. And it's in the Santa Fe Arts District. We're also going to be starting doing every third Fridays as well too, same location. So if you'd like to come out, it's a little bit of a different scenario than this beautiful studio that we're in. But yes, that goes from about 5:30 to 7:30, sometimes 7:30. Well, yeah, about 5:30 to 7:30 typically. It's a little bit later sometimes, but usually that's the time frame. It's 9th and Santa Fe as well too, if you're curious about that. And we post information, so if you want to, anybody out there also here wants to sign up for that, do let me know. So you're allowed to perform about 1 to 2 pieces. You get about 3 to 5 minutes, and I'll cut you off if it's going a little bit too long, but that never seems to really happen. So yes, we might as well get started here. Did I miss anything, Aston? Up to 10 minutes, pardon me. Up to 10 minutes. Yeah, up to 10 minutes. There we go. God is talking to me in my ears, so in case you're wondering who's talking to me. All right, so without further ado, let us get started here. Let's go ahead and start off with, let's see, Melody. Do we have Melody? Yeah, come on up, yeah.
So this is too tall. There we go. So this is from my book. Can you hear me okay? Good. Okay. Hidden Within, that I just compiled this last Christmas. No one there. She stands behind the thickness, opaque. She moves far too quickly to grasp. Her feet never quite touch the ground. Images fleeting right through the air. Emotions never change. Words never quite land. No one ever quite sees. The child magically believing if she can't be found, she can't be harmed. Corners of me. Cheating on myself, I loom in quiet corners of me. With no thought or understanding, This will of willfulness without thought, buried in a soul unseen, unkept child, bitter and without reins, saying non-thoughtful words spewed out like childish gibberish on undeserving foes. Yet somehow, more true than anything ever spoken. As she is without restraint, throwing now temper tantrumed words once left unsuspectingly quiet, pretend family functions, lying through her bitter teeth to keep the peace and not be seen. Razor blade slicing, she tried to express that which could not be heard. We did not understand then, barely so now, yet bitter hot tears speak truths of these corners of me. Spirit's truth. Love's tiny grip grasps to find a self in a life of unkempt, her eyes but met with closed layers of fear, covering another lost soul's once open passage to being. Spirit's essence is banded with deceit, crude oil flooding through its veins, poisoning all that it touches, and love's tiny grip grasps. For love's essence is lost in a mirror that cannot reflect the truth of all of us. Power's pull to stride from horror's hell holds forceful illusion and deceit of the evil worldly gain. The constant war for truth holds terror's curse while the facade reigns. Love's tiny grip grasps. Madness rules the soul when they fail to see, controls illusory grip at the throat, stealing the muscles and girding the loins as the war wages. In the realm of spirit, acted upon the theater of the terrestrial plane, fear, evil's weapon, ever pushing the souls of its prey. Love's tiny grip grasps. Love shields spirit's truth, strengthening the soul's venture, finally healing fear's grievous wounds. Wishful. Storms blowing through my chest, winding down troubled streams, the veins in my lungs pressed along the lengths of my breath, an ever-weighted heart. Carrying lost delusions, shotgunned through betrayal, landing hard on false faith, crashing upon breached shores, trust stranded in cold air. Reality plastered unwillingly against innocent fantasies, a soul burdened to hold wishful dreams left behind. Box within a box within a box. The doll stands in the corner alone, decorated and pretty painted, all fine. She stands guard over the hidden, disguised as a pretty little thing. No one can know the secrets inside. No one can see the truth of her. Fine and pretty, delicate and sweet. Outside, outside, outside you see. Locked inside a box, inside a box. Inside a box is found a key. The key to the darkness and mold. The cold, ugly truth of it. Decades upon decades locked inside, and in an instant of cold, cruel despair. Turned and walked away as if nothing was there at all. One day, she stumbles upon the truth and falls to the ground, stalled, unable to move, unable to see, beyond the darkness inside. Sitting in a chair away from the lies is a precious child, confused and lost. Can I take her hand? Can I show her the way? Can I go where I do not know? She is not alone, you see, though clearly she did not know. There is a hand there now to hold her in love. No, you are not alone, my darling. No, you are not alone. The world is not so dreary. Not everyone will fail to see your heart is in loving hands. Your wounds, so clearly seen, no longer yours to carry alone. Let me in, let me see. I am here. Forgive me. I'm an ass sometimes, you see, bearing words of wisdom, pretending to be what I am not, protecting my heart from God knows what. Maybe I haven't really changed. Maybe I'm still that little asinine girl pretending and making up fantasies of what I want the world to be. Maybe the difference that I can see is to say I'm sorry more frequently. Love. Warm kisses held too long, shiny, bright eyes full, appreciation flowing for what you think I am. What you hope I will do for you, what you dream we will have, what you think I will give you. Crashed upon a rock, upon hard truth, I am not you. I am not your dream of me. Mother Earth. Breathe in, Mother Earth. Her love embraces all the beings that thrust forth from her loins. Sorrow at her core for the devastation blown through wind, rain, and fire upon her precious children. Of the pain inflicted upon her through the fruit of her loins. Sorrow flows through the veins of rivers, nourishing her children. She suffers for their suffering. She embraces the awesome beauty of what she has borne. And the pain of letting go as they move on, unaware of her suffering or joy, ignoring her presence, destroying her with their ignorance. She loves them anyway, and prays for healing. I am. I am of the earth. I am of the sky. I am wind. I am water. I am fire. I am of the past. I am of the future. I am of the present. Whole and complete. I am my history and I am my now. Spirit and earth. All that has been is with me now. All that will be is with me now. Present. God within, God without. I am humanity's story. I am my own story. I am perfect and unique. And I am the same as all of humanity. Gaia lives in me and through me. Mother Earth is me, as me. As I birth myself and my children through history and future, I live in pain and in joy, not broken by man, but whole in spirit. I am limitless and eternal. I am humanity. I am me. Pieces of her burst forth from light. Her brightness shone, thrust into the abyss alone, collided with others whose darkness, drawn to the light, one by one left scars upon her bright face. Bit by bit, pieces of her layered upon layer, her light dimmed until she seemed to shine no more. Her core burned on, bright as the day she was thrust out. Unseen now, she did not know, could not see. The fire lit from within. Falling from the grace of her birth, she not believing in what she could not see until she could fall no more. Laying still upon the earth, soothing hands peeled off layers one by one, reclaiming the bits of herself hidden inside the scars, until one day she shone again.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much. One more time. One more time. Wow, that was quite a lot to digest in a very good way. I like the phrase "cheating on myself." That really stuck with me. That was nice. A lot of things. Are you a mother? I thought I could tell through those different perspectives. Definitely, and that kind of sounded like you were talking about a party scene and something, and trying to act a certain role as well too. That really speaks with me as well too. That was beautiful, fantastic. And where can we find a copy of this book of yours? Fantastic, yeah. So, and your full name is Melody? Melody Brooke, yeah. So you can find some of those readings, all those readings in her most recently published book on Amazon. And where else did you say? And Apple as well, too. I didn't know Apple did that. That's good to know. Very good. Thank you very much. All right, so up next, we're going to have Sage virtually join us for some music. So give it a hand, even though he's not really here in person, but he is indeed with us. Sage Helperman, everybody. Thank you very much.
Hey guys. Alright, I'm gonna do a few cover songs. Usually an instrumental only, but I've been singing more lately, so I'm gonna sing these songs for y'all. First one is Foolish Heart. It's a Grateful Dead cover. toss your dreams away. Turn around and blame you for the way you went astray. Foolish heart will cost you sleep and often make you curse. A foolish heart is trouble, but a foolish heart is worse. Bite the hand that makes your rent. Get it to leave where the angels fear to tread until you're torn apart. Struck the fires of paradise with calls from hell to start. But never you love my hand until a foolish heart. Until a foolish heart. Thanks, Joe. That was the first time I ever performed that song. All right, next one is called Franklin's Tower. Fun fact: Foolish Heart came from Franklin's Tower. There was like a live version of Franklin's Tower in like '77 where the keyboard player basically played the riff from Foolish Heart. So it makes sense to play Franklin's Tower after Foolish Heart. Other times, for God's face, your eyes looked your mother's face. Wildflower seed in the city's town. Made the four winds blow you safely home. Blow the way, blow the way to do. Blow the way to do. Blow the way to do. Franklin's Tower of Painesville. It can ring through night and day. Green like fire, you lose your way. All the way, do. All the way, do. All the way, do. Turn to the next page. It'll put the lyrics. God save the child from Isabel. May have one good day, but you can't take one watch by night, one watch by day. You get confused, just listen to the music playing. Some come to laugh and passed away. to make it just one more day. Whichever way you play your tail. If you play nice, you're gonna harvest well. Go the way you do. Go the way you do. Go the way you do. You better roll the way you roll the way you do. Franklin's Town, always sleep. Like folding house, the lighthouse keeps wildflower seed, sand and wind. Make the fall winds blow you home again. Roll the way you do. 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 Thanks, y'all. All right. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. You too. Have a good one.
Check. Is it working? Okay, excellent. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sophia Ivanova, and I will be reading a couple of my poems from my collection called Hindsight, and I think one that I haven't actually put out anywhere. This one is called Witness Protection. 1. A month after you left, I filled out my jeans. 2. I can't believe the things I agreed to in the name of healing. There is no justification for it. 3. You had me writing obituaries every night you weren't picking up the phone. 4. I was a child. 5. And now you're never going to get to see me grow up and you don't deserve to. That's my punishment for you. My last laugh is silence. 6. On a pleasantly cool July afternoon, my best friend and I rode our bikes back to her house under the mise-en-scène of the mountains. I looked at the moon in all her blushy, opalescent innocence, and I wanted to cry out. How can a world so cruel, so wretched, so twisted also be so beautiful? Didn't the moon know about the blood on the towel? She had seen everything I'd seen. The nights crouching by the toilet bowl. Didn't she know about the leaking tap? You should be ashamed of yourself, Moon. I know I am. But not anymore. Now I'm just angry. I know I'm not seeing the whole picture. I still don't think you are a bad person, but I feel it. You're a burden. And my happiest memories of us together are ones where you're suffering. If you had pulled the trigger, I'd have been the one to hand you the gun. 8. I stand in rooms I have never been in, become witness to things I've never been a part of. Not something I can own, not something I can forgive for. I guess two can keep a secret if one of them is dying. I stand in rooms I was not invited to, not welcome in, and now I can't look through our yearbook without seeing a police lineup. I can't blame you for it, being what I sliced my palms open on. But I do. I still do. Sweat, glue, and cotton. Teach me to be like you unbroken thing. With your sickly sweet drip, drip, drip down my chin, summer bloom and Tanufka eyes. It is late August, and I have recurring dreams of loving a girl who feels like summer. Scramble to scrape myself off the pages like dried mucus, like cutting up entire volumes just to get rid of a foreword. Ink blots sitting behind my hollow cheeks teach me to crack my own spine and dog-ear each page we kissed on. Is it worse to be a rogue kite caught in the wind of her breath, or to be a rogue kite caught in the wind of her breath and think yourself the sky? Damaged goods and good-for-nothing women hang crucified in museums. All which is clear to me is that I am the gaping drywall hole, and they say the fucking smile is what made the Mona Lisa. You, yes you, Lilith, you, Rosaline, you sit there, a clutch of the eternal passage of time, a snippet of history. You smile like you know something I don't, so teach me. Sorry. I know you hate my guts, but I like your eyeliner. Each time I see you in a dream, I'm always apologizing. I wake up not knowing what I'm sorry for. Am I sorry for telling you? Am I sorry for not telling you sooner? Am I sorry for loving her? I'm sorry for being the little girl with ceramic plate eyes, jabbing my finger into your laptop and cheeping meekly. I'm more sorry for wearing camo pants that sagged below my crotch and dog tags and bomber jackets. For making space for arrogance between my legs as I sit. For my booming laughter and shaving my head and taking up space. I find pieces of you in the mirror sometimes. I'm sorry for filling your shoes a little too well. I'm sorry for being a doveling that grew into a hawk. I remember skipping back and forth on the piss-colored linoleum with the gangly stools all turned upside down on top of the tables, and feeling my cheeks flush as I stole glimpses of you sitting in the back of the science classroom, kissing. And then the sheepishness of asking you how to kiss a girl. I'm sorry for taking your advice. I know too much about you, and I'm sorry for that too. The jealousy, the notes that were too much, the weight of your pain, running from the cops, the fights over where you should eat, the honeymoon phase. I find parts of you in them too. I catch you standing in wait for the single-stall bathroom with your rainbow socks climbing up your calves, and I want you to know that I see you. I'm sorry for the version of me that exists in your mind. I'm sorry for taking part in creating it. Indigo. The walls are collapsing, coming down on me like a paper house, folding in on itself, crumbling in flecks of white. Roof caving in showers of pencil shavings, hung up pictures thawing, metal doorknobs melting like wax, ashes floating down and settling themselves into my hair. I am ancient now. Wisps seasoned with salt and pepper, skin wrinkled like crumpled up paper leaflets, lying on the sidewalk and in my backyard, crunching below booted feet, breaking ice and cracking spines and crackling fires. Every version of me lies, mummified inside these snowbanks, which the sunset painted a rich indigo. Mailboxes and stop signs and picket fences and bare-boned trees, all monochrome, dyed with the hue of the stinging cold, lulling me to sleep. My body aches for your arms to fall back into, to make snow angels on the inside of your chest. Leave my footprints like animal tracks amongst the silent woods. I dream of you and the back of your head, hiding my face in the sea of raw sienna. I see distant lights flicker amongst the ocean of cobalt, illuminated windows that draw me in like a moth. Carbon dioxide has me in a headlock, and I can taste the smoke and feel the temperature's teeth sinking into my rough leather cheeks. If there is a hell, it's the domain of the northern wind. I knock on strangers' doors and beg them to let me in, warn them of the soot escaping their chimneys like a snake skidding across the pitch-black sky. Exposed skin against rubber. Dead girl walking barefoot in the snow. And I have lived through this time and time again. The defiant click, click, click of spinning the hands on the clock backwards, stuck in a loop like a broken CD player. I will wake up to the sunlight seeping through every crack. The world outside bursting with brilliance. Living room drenched in honey. I will wake up. And I have one last one. This one's called The News. A little backstory. I wrote it in 7th grade. And I find it to be pretty relevant to a worldly crisis that's going on right now. Okay. The news. They make my blood boil as heat rises up inside of me. The reporter speaks about Russians and aggression like those two words mean the same thing. He's very convincing. And just like that, all eyes are locked on me. I can feel their stares burning into my skin, judging. I know what they're thinking. Their thoughts roll around in their minds, mixing and blending and boiling like they're inside of a melting pot. I quickly look down onto my open notebook, and I scribble furiously. I'm angry. I'm ashamed. You see, the first time I mentioned that I was Russian in a conversation, the boy sitting next to me blurted out, his eyes gleaming with intrusive wonder, "Are you a communist?" And when I questioned the blind patriotism of Americans while talking to my friend, my teacher interrupted me and asked intently if I thought, maybe Russians would be more proud of their country if it wasn't for the awful way it was formed. As though saying, if there actually was something to be proud of. It was a rhetorical question. I kept my mouth shut. And yet, my mom and dad laughed together at the dinner table about jokes that I will never understand. And my 5-year-old brother probably knows more Russian words than me, My 5-year-old brother who kids at school throw things at. My 5-year-old brother who doesn't know the word racism yet, but has somehow already learned that having lighter skin is better. I'm not sure if I should call Russians them and the US us. But how can I call Russians them if I am one of them, one of us? Or is the US them? Because if I'm going to be honest, I never quite felt like I belonged here. And yet I will never belong there with them, with us, with the us that has become them. And every morning I have to stand up and say a pledge to a country that doesn't even want me. Your red, white, and blue aren't my red, white, and blue. Now, that doesn't make them any less true. I'm not saying either one of us is colorblind, I'm just saying our cultures are color defined. Aimed for the people of lighter skin, like guns aimed at heads of those who cannot fit in. All I'm saying is, before you judge a nation by its government, you should take a look at your own. Thank you.
My goodness, very powerful stuff. How old are you, if I may ask? Very nice. It's nice to have somebody so young, so insightful. A lot of good things from there. Wow. Yeah. So are you politically active in your own life beyond writing poetry? Nice. I would agree that friction does is an interesting thing, and it's interesting to see how people react to it. So yeah, it's good to react, though. It's good to write about it. So keep it up. That's wonderful. Yeah, can we find that book somewhere? Yes. Okay, so your book is called Hindsight, and give me your name one more time. Sofia Ivanova, and her book is called Hindsight. You can find that on Amazon if you're interested. And on Audible. Very nice. Cool. Did you do it yourself? Did you narrate yourself? That's awesome. Yeah, I listen to Audible all the time. Very nice. Yeah, I was so moved. I want to read a poem of my own and then share the next performer, which is David. And I shared this poem with David, and actually this is how we met. So I want to share this all with you, since we're kind of in that darkness realm, which is fine by me. So I'll read one of my own here. This one's called Booze Hound. The booze beckon and become me, like a cat to a saucer of milk. I lap it up eagerly. I glare and gloat as I float. Did I get cut out, or is that just me? I did get cut out. I think this battery died. Even God's cutting me off. Aston? Is it fine? Oh, that's weird, because it like the monitor's cut out in here. All right, but anyway, anyway, well, you can still hear me, so let's do it again, shall we? Booze Hound. The booze beckon and become me, like a cat to a saucer of milk. I lap it up eagerly. I glare and gloat as I float on the river of rosé. Like a cat in heat, I bare my haunches, yawling loudly, not to you, not to them, but to the sound of a drum and saxophone. With wet noodle legs, I wind down the stairs, relaxed and poised. No one feels more elegant than with a drink in their hands. You feel like a king wrenching over that porcelain throne, a king of shit. All I have is the horse he rode in on, and if even that. How soft a jazz note falls when it hits the pavement. How useless a useful man can feel in a world full of cogs. How quickly the ticking becomes a clicking to a gun that just is begging to be let off. How many times have I been on my knees, cradling, caressing my wounded ego? It's tattered and worn like an old blanket, riddled with cigarette burns and the smell of old books that haven't been opened in years. I'm not just going to sit on a shelf perched, eagerly awaiting flight. I'm not going to weave a cocoon of silk and bandage my wounds. I'll hang it up like a pair of old socks dangling from a hotel shower curtain. You ever give yourself a present, wrap it up in a nice bow, and pretend somebody gave it to you? You ever catch yourself and raise a glass to your silent victory? You ever give a 6-shooter to a friend, hoping your misery would allow them to stay? Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, like I said, I shared that poem with this fellow that I'm about to introduce virtually. And yeah, I told him about this open mic, and I'm so happy that David is here with us. So take it away, David, with your glorious poetry. Thank you once again.
Hey, can you hear me? I switched to a different one. Um, yeah, wait, I'm gonna leave on the phone one because for some reason I couldn't connect audio. That's weird. Uh, okay, there we go. Okay, thank you. Sorry. All right, how are you guys? I'm a bit awkward from that introduction, but thank you for introducing me that way. I'm gonna read a poem that I read to that guy in the corner. When we first met. So yeah, okay, okay. I have a couple other things, but I'd like to start off with this one. Okay, called Sailor. I dreamt below the stunning waves of gray and gritty hue, a dazzled drift of sparkling haze, a rain for two. I smiled below quietly, I saddened in the calm. No tear I felt below the sea, no drop I felt in bond. And yet no gasp I took. The current lullabied. I cradled for a moment before I let a sigh, and pelted was with hail and rain, and stormed were wavy cries. A frail and frightened sailor waved, but met with no reply. How dazzling did the ocean roar, how heavy gray his skies. And in this moment, true as love, a ship had sunken by. A wretched stagger, pained by shore, he washed up by the sea, pelted in an anguish bore of silent memories. And left with nothing but to do, he wailed a ghastly cry. Tainted by his burning love, a sailor ship had died. In morning's wake did warm his heart, as he shimmered by the sea. The sea salt face had dried a bone, all taken by the breeze. And in the sand, awash and lone, his grasp had left his side, a final wave of peace displayed. His hand had waved goodbye. I'll miss you. That's that. Thank you. Oh my God. Um, Fortunately, on my laptop, I cannot hear you as well, but I appreciate it. Anyways, let's see. This one's no, not me. Um, okay. So this one's called Butterfly Dreams. I'll never forget the day I asked my mother about butterfly dreams. Sewing a cocoon, she bit a leaf and laughed through tired eyes and crooked smiles. Butterflies dream of splendid things, enough to sprout fairy wings, to waltz through mellow meadow springs, though I don't know what truly brings a butterfly its wings. Today I hold her cocoon and wish so dearly that she could have told me that last part. Yeah. Um, for clarification, my mom is not dead. Thank God. But said red poem. Anyways, this one's called The Reaper. The reaper rides a pony and smothers you with kisses. The reaper sings of sunshine and grants you all your wishes. The reaper dresses daintily as daisies do in spring. The reaper cries so faintly, so you won't hear a thing. The reaper trudges gravely, but to a bedside lay. How heartfelt are the whispers, laced with a poison pain. And to reaper's grim dismay, she hears, in broken words, 'tis she her daughter death did say, what she had wished unheard. And with a bit of sputter spark, as dying lights burn out, the reaper takes, a cable breaks, and but a sorrow spouts. The reaper, with such stricken hands, grieves but a teary grasp, such grip upon an iron scythe, such wicked snow at last. And with this oaken casket lie, I wish but one request, to you, the one in ashen snow. I wish you happiness. Uh, my God, you don't need to do that. Let's see. So that's most of the heavy poems for now, right? This one's just called Apples. Like apples they cried, like apples they came, apples in mud and apples in rain, blood of the apples, dew soaked in earth. Like apples they went down in the dirt. So sweetly they sinned, so sour their taste. Worms whitened wounds while apples made waste. Seeds of the apples shook to the core, trees nuts and sprouted from previous gore, with apples to fall evermore. Apples of peace and apples of war. Yeah. Okay. Oh shoot. Actually, okay, I kind of lied. This one is a bit dark. I'm sorry. Okay. This one's called Daisy. Okay, thank you. To death departed Daisy, so dreary the day seems, weary eyes plead maybe, yet sky does not speak dreams. And so these eyes they fill with tears upon the flower bed, because the little flower's gone, the little daisy's dead. Okay. Okay. Okay, two more. Another flower-oriented one, it's dandelions, right? Okay, so dandelions. There's dandelions in my garden, and frankly, I'm not sure if I want to uproot them or let them mature. For I am uncertain if they are truly weeds, when they simply shine so golden and make such magic seeds. Will they drown out the other flowers, or will they pass them by? Will they make seconds seem like hours, or will they simply speed up time? These are just the questions that I just haven't asked. And because it's this delay, the roots are deep and packed. Even if I tried to pull out every weed, I'm sure there'd just be more floating shaped as seeds. So I guess like they can ever really truly leave a garden that can never let go of its own weed. Okay. This is the last one that I threw in at the very last moment because of poem that the performer two performances ago did. The one right most of the camera to me, I green shirt, I uh, Russian. I'm sorry. Yeah, you. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot your name. Anyways, okay, it's called My Mind. I think my mind is just too free to think of things that bother me. I think my mind has its small doubt about the things I care about. I think this mind isn't all mind. Who is it and who am I? Am I one or am I two? Am I many or am I few? I guess I can't know who I am, if they are I or I am them, or we're just we and I'm just I, and it's just me who I despise. A mind I mind, one mind alone, or mind your mind, two minds I'm shown. And I guess it's best I mind myself, even if I'm someone else. Because either way, I am just me, so I won't shake identity. This mind of mine is mine to care, but I don't mind if I must share my mind. Yeah. And that's it for me. Thank you. Yeah, that's all. Cheers. Yeah. I've eaten them in salads. Yeah.
out for me. Yeah, thank you once again, David. I hope you join us once again next time. But keep it up and never apologize for your darkness. Maybe that should be one of our slogans. It's at least definitely one of mine. So, but yeah, thank you one more time for David before he takes off.
No, I'll stay around. I'll stay around, man. I'll see the performance.
All right, sounds good. Yes, we just want to see you on the screen because you're over here to the right of me.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so up next, I'm going to pull out my little list here. Let us have Jace come on up, Jace West. Yeah, thank you for coming on up.
Hi. Is it good? Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Hello. Yeah. All right. So this poem that I'm about to perform, it is untitled. And this poem, just like a lot of my other poems, they come to me. They often come to me in my dreams. They often come to me when I'm out in nature. This poem specifically came to me when I was out isolated in the mountains, and I think it's such a blessing to be here in Colorado and to have so much freedom and to be able to escape whenever I want out and, not have someone, not worry about, being targeted, not worry about, something happening to me, knowing that I'm safe out in the realms of nature. And I feel like this poem definitely came to me as a download from my ancestors. So, alone, I was out in nature, couldn't hear a sound, the breeze of the freshest air far from any town. I took a breath, closed my eyes, and then I started to weep. 'Cause in that precious moment, all I wanted was for my ancestors to see. My ancestors whose life experiences were taken and cheated, never had the opportunity, never felt the inner peace of being immersed in tranquility. All they knew was torture and fear, the screams and cries none of us will ever come to hear. Lured, kidnapped, shackled, and sold, man, you would have thought that we were worth more than gold. Like, why couldn't they just have left us alone, robbed us from our homes, brought us to this foreign land in which we don't belong? We never even had the chance, entire generations of souls wiped out at the hands of people who believed we were less than. Unbelievable is an understatement. Somehow they enjoyed the killing, used our kind spirits to selfishly make themselves a living, poisoned seeds of this country sourced upon wars and slavery. Then they had the nerve to stand up and call us lazy? The fucking audacity. How it breaks my heart to think that as a man of love and peace, much harm was done to someone who looked a lot like me. The same skin, dark and oily, same hair, nappy, and the vast gravity visions that cannot be unseen, the hunting echoes of screams, no officer please, I can't breathe. Last words of a man who looked a lot like me, and it could have been me, in another life, on another day. Still I can't seem to comprehend the hate, envy, nor jealousy that my skin seems to bring. The words are hard to find, the words are hard to speak. Ever wonder why they never talked about Black Wall Street? They didn't want you to see that their entire American history is tragically riddled with insecurities, tainted with bitter symphonies. Only the sounds of hymns and somber melodies kept my people's dignity, helplessly marching the streets, hoping and praying for just a piece of what it feels like to be free. Free from lynchings and Jim Crow. Free from picket signs and fire hoses. Somehow they must have known about the subtle ebbs and flows, the ocean tides that rise and fall, the truth of karmic laws. Understand that you will reap what you sow. White people, see, my people are magical, like fairy tales and garden gnomes. Took that magic, led our own people through underground railroads, used the night stars to escape, guide their way, light the path. The darkness showed, the truth flows inside these bones. The truth truth is relevant inside the skin. And my failure to realize that was my one and only sin, in which I am forgiven. For my skin is a reflection of me, the creator, a mirror to my soul with all its complexities. The universe beholds, don't need to prove a single thing, cause the proof is in the pudding. Check up on your recipe. And despite these atrocities, effortlessly, we are blessed with resiliency. We fall down, we keep it moving, and we shall do it soulfully. Recollections of these prophetic stories written and spoken between the fluent lines of my poetry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One more time, everybody. That was fantastic. Yeah, it was beautiful pacing. The journey that you took us on was fantastic. I like the lyricalness as well too, how it lended itself to that at the end, and very well done. Very, very good. Thank you. All right, up next, virtually, one more, I believe virtually, we have Daniel Ortiz joining us. So everybody welcome Daniel to the screen over to my right.
Hi there. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Hi. My name is Emphasis. I'm a transgender artist from Puerto Rico, and this is titled The Stone. To touch the subjects que te incomodan y ser como el calentamiento global, soaking up the sol wherever I go, making you mad since the 90s, yo. So while growing up, I was put to the test, but I failed every time. What is my kind? Which is my lane? Because I was told I had to stay in it, stop my political correctness and quit it. I'm here to emphasize on why kids are asking questions with mouthfuls of fear. You don't even realize it's taking us years to say something, despite the tears, to change a body, a name. This is a right that is our own, our existence. You cannot colonize. Cast your own stone. And that's it. Oh, thanks. It's my first try. I speak Spanish, so I want to incorporate more of the Spanish into the pieces. And a lot of my stuff is fully in Spanish. So this is one of my first open mics. I think this is a really cool dynamic. Yes, my name is Emphasis. It is spelled with 3 S's and an F because it's in Spanish. So you can find my stuff ENFASSSIS. That's TikTok, that's Facebook, that's Instagram, everywhere. Yes, I do YouTube as well. So follow my stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.
All right, up next now we have Amy. Come on up, please. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is going to get a little dark, as always. It's called Come From Part 1. There's many more, but I'll just do this one from that Part 1. I am full of life's complexities, this body of mine here to serve, providing the blood mixtures of Black, Vietnamese, and Chinese. Born in Malahai's Melody, Denver, Colorado, repping the city, the stolen land. While I work to uncover, discover, and recover all that I am full of all the possibilities. Like my parents' legacy, may I came across the sea with her mama to live that American dream. great aunt sponsored them to leave that aftermath of war and poverty. Little did they know, change requires more sacrifice and pain because America is built on taking, breaking, and calling it a home claims. Bad carries the most pain and won't heal. He's a byproduct of America's selfish desires, the Vietnam War. Black soldier came as a sacrifice for the country, fought his way and laid his seeds into a woman who wasn't ready to face her dishonor. Got a kid who's too black and not enough for their kind. Sent to the nuns hoping her sins would be forgiven. Abandoned, the nuns prayed for his survival for his next travel, sponsored to live that American dream. Man and Bad bonded through trauma, found each other at the Far East Center Market on Feds in Alameda. Mama looking for a man and father she never had, while my dad waiting for a woman and mother who he can punish for leaving his ass. 3 times the charm, Blasian beings were brought to this world, a lie that my dad told that set more pain ahead. Cheated his way through, and all my mom wanted was the love that she was poor to be given back. Found herself a disturbed man in Garcia who babysat us in exchange to assist her with food stamps and Medicaid. He molested me and raped me for a few years. I didn't know any better. That was a norm because my dad was nowhere to be found. One night I had the courage to speak up and say, "Not tonight, I'm tired." He left the room just for now. I knew this facade was shit when my little brother and sister came out of my mom's belly. This man is the father? Well, he is the only man around. Moved around town hiding the truth until I got triggered to tell him the truth is going to come out. Beggars can't be choosers, but man's had the balls to tell me to calm down. Mother's intuition on time saved me from this crime, finally came home to the truth. Freeing myself from these lies, the first veil has been lifted because I was ready for change. More fight was needed. That was just child's play. The system came in, broke the family apart. Denver Human Services specialty. Found myself in a black family home, my new foster family. Then transferred over to another home because my little brother was abused in that home and again in this home. After 10 months of separation, we all came back home to my mother. A broken home, broken English, and with no culture. Numb to our ancestors, but built American. Mama in her pain. A white man found her during our lockup, trumped her up, and now we got 2 more added to the house of mutts. Hot mess, playing second mom wasn't easy. I didn't trust any man she brought. Boundaries was needed, so I fought them all, especially the Donald Trump-looking motherfucker. Hatred I saw myself in. Did I do this to myself then? Rage I filled myself in. Shame I cut myself with. Blame the world, so I set it on fire and burned it all with it. Came from the stars to realign some of the injustice. Heard your cries and pain. So leave it all on me, being the love you needed. It's not all in vain. I know where it all comes from. History of trauma brought all of us here. And then I have a few more. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called Gutter Mind. Hearing, get your mind out the gutter. Well, sometimes you gotta stick your head just a tip in to find out, to comprehend what it is you're fucking with. Fulfilling lessons are found within, like deep self healing and elevating. How else to move, to build, to stay true. Got some doubt? Flip that shit, fix that script. Let go, rise, ride with it. Hip thrusting along the ways, catching the momentum to thrive, survive. Come on the bish. All the friction is glory at the height of the moan. Living with it, loving it all, it's also for you. Now enjoy and be humble. Feel the intuition flowing, the gut feeling. And then this one is for when I was addicted to drugs for a second. The drugs I was talking about is Molly's, my bad. Let me specify. Addiction. Slowly it creeps up, ensnaring the body and the soul. Every day a repetition made by choice. The mind's consumed and clouded, away from the light, away from its might. Compromise, coated with self-sabotage. Unrecognizable and decomposing. Death is on its way. Lost its self, lost its grip. Chained to the high and feeling its lows. With every taste, the sensation is temporarily fulfilled. Break this addiction, replace the hollow ways. Discipline and recommit. Gain some self-control. Transmute the inner self. And last but not least, Beauty and the Beast. The enchantment curse, spill the tea, remove the chip on your shoulder. The time is ticking. Stay true to your desires, your values, your love, and all that's within. The rose petals are falling until the last one falls. The will to bring forth the beauty within. No contempt feelings towards the beast, only embrace with genuine understanding. Light the way, brush away the dirt, falling into entrapment, the spell will be uplifted. With true love kiss, break through the darkness and shine upon the castle. Once upon a time, a Beauty and the Beast. That's the last one. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was fantastic. One more time for Amy, everybody. But yes, thank you all so much for being here. I just want to do a little shout out and thank you. And once again, if you're joining us out there, this is the Sacred Voices open mic that we have every second Friday of the month. And again, we're trying to get $100 done today in terms of donations. If you are feeling charitable today, our Venmo is going to be at Sacred Voices. You can send your donation there. Once again, that's at Sacred Voices. $1 always gets us one step closer to 100. So that definitely helps us for sure. So up next, we're going to have Conscious. Would you like to come on up? I think all the rest of you are musicians, so we're going to change it all up with some music here. So everybody, Conscious. Great name, by the way.
How's everybody doing today? It don't seem like this mic is working, but it's gonna be all right as long as he got the music. As long as he got the music going. Right. Okay. Like, so I go by Conscious because back when I used to be out in the world, this gang I used to be from, they called me Sleep. But in 2002, I gave my life to the Lord, and He said, "You no longer sleep." So I go by the opposite of sleep. I'm awake. So I go by Conscious. So I used to use this gift of rap to glorify sin and uplift the streets and all of that, trying to be, the hardcore gangster rapper. But now I use this gift to glorify God, but I still bang. So this song right here is gonna let you know what it's all about. So whenever y'all ready in the back, go ahead and let that track drop.
Demon killer, cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Any demon killer, that's the name of my crew. 80 cat all day and night. Prepare, come to the Lord over here. This ain't no truth in here. That we offer. More sin in the bread, it's in the jet. Satan's working, but now my soul's in control of my salvation.
Thank you for calling 80K. Any demon killer, how may we save you?
Help me, please. I think my son.
Don't worry, we'll connect you to Conscious, our #1 demon killer. Alert. We'd like to interrupt this program with a special ADK service announcement. Do you think you packed an act to put demons on their back and want to get put on the set? Google Conscious, K-H-A-N-C-H-U-Z. We'll see what you're working with. Now right back to our program already in progress.
You looking for me? Killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Any demon killer, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat. Come on, 80 cat.
Thank you so much for that. That was great. Way to bring in the music time. I think we got more coming for all of us tonight. So up next we have Addison. Come on up, Addison.
Hi, my name is Addison. I am 13. Nope, 15. Sorry about that. Age is weird. But I just want to say thank you for letting me be here because it is really cool to see all you guys do your stuff. I have a few. Nothing crazy. So this one's called A Random Tuesday. I've always loved home, loved the people, memories, and stories that lie inside. As I leave my driveway on my bike, I realize that I don't want to ride back. I ride past houses and parks. I see all the happy people coming home from work, school, or just out walking their dog. I slow as I pass them. Not enough to be creepy, but I slow so I can look longer. I look at two friends laughing as they walk a dog. I look at the woman rushing home, followed by an old man with a cane. They both have so much paperwork with them, I'm assuming they're back from the hospital. I think about how happy the woman is to have someone important to her not be at a place where death lingers. I pass a man and his daughters at a park. I decide to stop at a bench. I don't know what compelled me to do this, but I obliged. The man has 2 daughters. One can't be older than 5. She's on a scooter and immediately abandons it when she gets to the playground. She looks back at her dad for reassurance before rushing off to the slide. Her father follows his daughter, his other daughter in a baby harness. The man's 5 o'clock shadow is apparent, and his droopy eyes suggest he hasn't gotten a full night's rest in days. Although the man looks exhausted, he has a glint in his eye. I want to get up off the bench and continue on my ride, but I can't seem to compel myself to get up. I think about 5 minutes went by before I'm back on my ride. I take all the detours to make the ride last forever. I can't get the man's look out of my eye, that glint. Eventually, I'm back on the streets I recognize by heart, and I no longer feel like the mysterious teen biking through neighborhoods. I get to my street, and my heart feels heavier. I pull into my driveway, and my feet feel like stones. I've always loved home. Sorry, I gotta go to a different doc. This one is called The Love of My Short Life. When we were first planted, I knew you would help me grow. You gave me hope to make it through the soil and find the sun. You pushed me and held my hands as we grew, and put down roots. You had the most amazing and true petals. Amazing to wrap my vines around you, and you told me the best of encouragements. You are the sun. This one is called ABC. I actually wrote this so I wouldn't have to do an English project in class. But, yeah. Words from the page captivate my eyes. They swirl around me and create a lesson so real. There's a net. Only important words get caught. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Entirely untrue. Words are the core of society, the way we communicate. Bones can heal, but words find a way to burrow into your heart, joints, and deep in your bones. Stories are the teachers, distinguishing right and wrong, morals versus law, how we should love, what we should be. We are different because everyone's net catches different words. The way we construct words can be the difference between love and heartbreak. The way we speak, see, and think are words. The sword versus the pen. The pen will always win. The pen will live on. The ink-stained paper lasts longer than the jab. And then I also got words of dumb wisdom. Find sanctuary within my pain. It's open to us all. Be comfortable not knowing where to turn. It's okay with performing for the world. I'm not sorry for sharing my pain, for airing out the generation-long struggles. We've already lost 2 from the curse. I might be next. I found a home in the corners of my mind, those same corners that spew so much propaganda I can't even distinguish what is real. My sins aren't here for your sympathy. My scars aren't for your concern. I'm not your next project. And then I also have this one. It's called Property. Slight trigger warning for, I don't know, stuff. This one, so... I've been duped. For years I've been told your body is yours, your property. You get to choose who gets to tour the house, fix the paint job, or just knock on the door. I've been told I control my property and everything that happens with it. Until one day, when one coat of paint determines whether or not my house gets noticed, whether or not I supposedly have control. I always thought I controlled my property until the day someone broke in. They didn't steal much, just my feeling of safety, control, and comfort. Now I feel as if anyone who wants can have access to my property. Especially when it got broken in a second time. It's no longer under my control. My property seems to not mean much to others. So now my windows, doors, and prized possessions remember the feeling of being broken into, and the true knowledge that your property never has been and never will be yours. Your property is to others as an abandoned candy bowl is to kids on Halloween. Some only take one, and others steal the whole goddamn bowl. Thank you.
I like that very much. Your poetry reminds me of short stories as well too. It's a nice blending between the two, and I like to do that myself. It's fantastic. One more time for Addison, everybody. I like to do applause for everybody all the time because it's all well deserved from everybody. And thank you all once again for being out here tonight. It's lovely to be doing this and getting so many creative energies flowing from all of us. All right, up next we have Mike Chappell. Come on up. Come on up, Mike. You ready?
I'm checking this. Is this working?
You're not, buddy.
Yes, it is. All right. So I'm going to do two songs. My friend Henry Brez Rowland wrote the music. I wrote the lyrics. The first one was about 3 minutes. The second one was about 5 minutes. I'll move around. Okay, we'll start here. I hope that they are validating for people who understand what I'm talking about. And for those who don't, I hope they're kind of a warning and informative and also encouraging people to organize. So my phone's over here. I'm going to turn on each one, then walk back here after it's over. After it's over, I'll turn it off, and I'll come over back and forth. All right, so we're not getting any sound yet. Let's try it again. Drew said it was set to go, so sounds up. He said he had sound there before. Julia, happening? It's not on right now, but.
Yeah. How about this? Let's just play off. Use my microphone.
So I used to be here in Denver 20 years ago. Actually, 30 years ago, I wrote I'm just filling in space now. I wrote a play that I performed at the Mercury Cafe. It was called Dr. Antonioni's Imaginary Disease. It's about a doctor who creates an imaginary disease. I wrote this in 1985. He comes out with a series of a vaccine, a series of 3 shots, mandatory for every man, woman, and child in the United States and in the world. And then he redefines the imaginary disease back to its original symptoms. So that's one thing that I did. And I was also in new wave punk bands around 1980. Enough about me.
You get to play after everyone.
What was your band called, Mike?
It was called the Gluons. Thank you for asking. It was one of the. Gluon is one of the. You're not going to try to mic this, are you?
I did that. That's probably the best I could do.
Well, maybe somebody else should come up here, and we can work on this while.
Yeah, we can do that if anything.
Because I don't want to slow everything down to a dead stop. There's very nice graphics here.
Yeah, isn't it nice being up there?
That's not too bad. Oops. Oh. So this is Julian Assange. How many people know Julian? Know about Julian? Great. So Julian's, he revealed U.S. war crimes. Yeah, it was on there. He revealed U.S. war crimes, and he's now being tortured in Belmarsh prison for revealing to. This has turned into quite an experience for me personally. I guess he's still checking that out. Wow.
Telling us about Julian.
So maybe I'll sing just, I don't know. Somewhere over the rainbow, way. Everybody join in on this one. Up high, there's a land. This doesn't count as my song either. And I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do. Are we happening? Come true.
Yeah, maybe that's
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? The way you wear your hat, no. Where? So, are we going to happen here, or probably not?
Well, hold on. Let me.
I think Michael, we get you coming up. Yeah. So as we all know, technical difficulties with technological.
That's my thing.
Challenges. We'll get back to you right after these brief messages.
Story of my life.
No worries. That's the beauty of live entertainment, folks. You never know what's going to happen.
So I guess here you play.
I think we're getting
You
it
got
to
a
work.
signal?
We hear it out here.
Yeah, it's happening now. It's happening now.
All right.
Oh, it's got to be here? All right. All right. So give me some sound. It's not happening. All right. It's got to be louder for me personally. Let me start it again. You ready?
Yeah, last chance
Okay.
for this.
I can't hear it.
We
I
may
mean,
have
my
to do it
hearing's
next-
shot.
We may
but-
have to do it next time too. If we don't
Yeah,
think
next
it's
next year I'll be back. I can't hear it. Maybe some they can hear it, but I can hardly hear it.
There, let's try one more time.
All right, that'll be good. Let me start one more time. Okay. Straight out of the gate, rising with a bullet. Propaganda at 7. Turned up to 11. Meaty operation. Beguiling attention. Taking premium with the face of heaven. Nobody's safe, it's out of hand. East meets west at the borderland. West meets east, the borderland. Nobody's safe, it's out of hand. You know what? But I can now. Straight out of the gate, rising with the bullet, propaganda at 7, turned up to 11, meaty operation, beguiling attention, union, with the face of heaven. Nobody's safe, it's out of hand. East meets west at the borderland. West meets the borderland. Nobody's safe. It's out of hand. Pandora's Queen, Pandora's luck.
an American with a cat. Toilet, brush, gasoline. Change, rockets, and go and green. I see an American with a cat. It's the way you do when you look the night. You like horse, stuck the very blood to start. Legs, arms, head thrown off. Head, legs, arms thrown off. Credit the regiment. Battalion. Central genocide, murder, subsidy, black ops. Media techniques, ethnic cleansing, makes it disappear. Evidently, all the devil is here. Like water. Neo-Nazi collaboration. Oh, Jesus, what's been done? God, forgive us what the government's done. You One more.
One more time?
We don't have time. We don't have time for another one. Hey.
Yeah?
We don't have time for another one.
We don't have time for the other one?
No, we're
All right. Yeah, next time. All right. I guess.
That's probably pretty good. Yeah, thanks.
Because you set it up and then she starts drooping.
Ain't that always how it goes? Oh, it's all good. Let's give one more hand for all the talented poets and performers that came up tonight.
Yes, very
It was
diverse,
awesome.
very diverse audience tonight and participants tonight. So that's good.
Yeah, and thanks Cipriano for hosting this.
Yeah, of course, my pleasure. I gotta always remember to get in the center. I gotta get closer to you here. So
Cipriano and I went to the same high school.
we did. Yes. Do you want to tell everybody where we went? Give an old shout out to the old high
That's
school
right.
and middle school.
We were at Denver School of the Arts
Denver
together,
School of the Arts, yeah.
and I think we saw each other but never really knew each
No,
other
we
there.
didn't,
But
yeah, we bumped into each other in a coffee shop, and
Right.
here we are. Right.
thanks for inviting me over,
yeah,
man.
of course.
Appreciate
so is that
it.
gonna work for you here?
Yeah, it should be good.
All right. So yeah, Michael, everybody.
Maybe. Just that moment of juggling while you get situated, you know? Also, Mike Chappelle's music is great, and you guys should check it out online. Mike, I think you've left the room for a moment, but he's a very talented performer, and technical difficulties can get in anyone's way, but he's really great. So come check it out sometime. That's a good call, man. Thanks. That's a good call. Yeah, sure. That's the move. That's it, yeah. Way better. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm going to just tune for a second. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous from all the technical difficulties here tonight. Get this together. Yeah, it's good. Passable. This is a song I wrote a while ago. I got a little more. I got a little more. Hold on a sec. Sorry, just bringing this mic up. Just do what you want eternally. You don't exist. And neon plastic were poured into action, woven and crafted, maybe captured or mastered, but we can't be redacted, so do what you want eternally. You don't exist till visibility is shining out invisibly. In neon plastic poured into action, woven and crafted, maybe captured or mastered, but we can't be redacted. Thanks. Have my own version of difficulties with the mic stand, but I appreciate your patience.
Yeah, I
and
told you. See,
I'll play again sometime, so come check it out.
Yeah, don't you have some socials you'd like to share? You have a Bandcamp, don't you?
Sure, yeah, you guys can check out my Bandcamp. My band's called Soul Arcanus, and I've got an album on there that's mostly like synth ambient stuff, but I hope to get some of the more folk-oriented things.
Yeah,
up
it's really cool
as
stuff.
well.
I checked it out last night.
Oh,
I really
thanks.
did like
You're
it.
too kind.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, I mean, you gave me the flyer, so I had to check it out.
Yeah.
Once I had the good old flyer, you know.
Totally.
But yeah, thank you once again, Michael. Everybody,
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone else who performed. It was great.
Thank you. And now, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to welcome a wonderful, very talented singer and guitarist, Antonio Lopez. And we'll get him set up here. We'll take a couple minutes here, but stay tuned.
I'll use this one with the boom, actually. Yeah, that sounds great.
Michael, what was it doing? Was it just not?
It's the piece that doesn't stay tight is this bit in here.
This thing.
Yeah, so if it's just maybe if
Actually,
it's just
I'm
twisted
cool with
it-
doing this straight one. Yeah, yeah, it's good. No worries. Yeah. It's muted right now. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I know how it is, trust me. Those little things do not All right, first off, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, Antonio, and your story?
Sure, yeah. All right, so my name is Antonio Lopez. I grew up in a small town down in southern Colorado. If anyone knows where Alamosa is, that's where I'm from originally. And I moved up this way about a decade ago. I live up in Longmont now. And going to play some original songs for you. This first one's called Flying Like a Bird. It's kind of like my personal pep talk to myself. On the bookshelf, marking my place in a story just begun. A photograph from the early chapters of a metal band without a drum. It was the summer of 1999, first I held a guitar on stage. About the time I get nostalgic is when I know it's time to turn the page. I thought I was flying like a bird, maybe I'm just falling. Aloft wings of wax, I hear a voice calling. I rise up to the sound, calm and mystic round. Thought I was flying like a bird. Leaf through the photos, getting down flight feathers, coming in. The Red Hot Chili Peppers catalog was my book of hands. It was the summer of 2001 in a garage in South San Juan. Taking myself too seriously, I should've just had my fun. I thought I was flying like a bird, maybe I'm just falling. Aloft wings of wax, I hear a voice calling. I rise up to the sound, a calm and mystic round. Thought I was flying like a bird, maybe I'm flying like a bird. Pulling back the plastic sheet to add the photos from last night. I could tell from the look on Chad's face that the band was sounding tight. That's when it struck me, glory is less important than grace. The resonance is inside of me, it's not something for me to chase. There's one thing that I've learned since my hands first touched these strings. It's the birds don't dream of flying, they just flap their wings. I thought I was flying like a bird, maybe I'm just falling. Aloft wings of wax, I hear a voice calling. I rise up to the sound, a calm and mystic round. Maybe I'm flying like a bird, maybe I'm flying like a bird. I thought I was flying like a bird, but I was just falling. Aloft wings of wax, I hear a voice calling. I rise up to the sound, a calm and mystic round. Maybe I'm flying like a bird, maybe I'm flying like a bird. Hey, cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so when I first got to Longmont, the first job I got, I was a night janitor in the public schools. And that consisted of a lot of vacuuming, cleaning toilets, and stuff like that, So it gave me an opportunity to write some songs, and this is a song from a vacuuming floors era. It's called Something Different. Been a searcher in this crazy life, a young boy with a pocket knife, in a map of this great big world. Someday to see it when my future's unfold. Been an architect making dreams, laying foundation, erecting beams. I'm still that boy, but I'm now a man. Salvage materials however I can. Something different, something real, something to explain just how I feel. Been a swimmer in the endless sea, dive in the depths of the void in me. Surface too quickly, so I got the bands. Beautiful beach, but alone with no friend. Been a boxcar with a heavy load, scraping the tracks as I slowed. Been a puppet on a tangled string, wind up the monkey, watch him sing. Something different, something real, something to explain just how I feel. Something different, something real, something to explain just how I feel. Something different, something real, something to explain just how I feel. Something different, something real, something to explain just how I feel. Hey, thank you. I do a little longer set, right? Is that right? Like 20? All right. Sweet. So if anyone needs to jet out, I won't hold it against you. I'm gonna be playing a few more songs here. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And to give you a little bit more about my thank you. Backstory. My grandpa, he was a coal miner down near Trinidad, And he started working in the coal mines at a real young age. He started working in them about 13 years old. And he never learned to read, never learned to write. That was his life, going deep down into that dark hole. And he died later in life of black lung. And whenever my life gets challenging, I just think of what a life like that must have been like, So another aspect of his life is he was a penitente. And the penitentes, they were like a fraternal order connected to the Catholic Church. And it sounds kind of archaic looking at it from our modern lens. But kind of part of what they did, they would actually like practice self-harm and like reenacting the crucifixion. But there was also like a real strong like community service, kind of brotherhood aspect to it as well. And this song, while I'm not religious myself, I think there is kind of some penitence to be paid. So that's why I call this song Secular Penitente. There is no back east, there's no out west. For the land that I stand on is where my ancestors rest. My grandpa a miner, the shadows of Ludlow. From teenage to black lung, a digger of coal. My grandma a mother, living under her care. Would wash his lawn eyes, he only had 2 pair. He'd leave in the mornings, metal lunchbox and stacks. Return in the evenings, completely covered in ash. Navigate the modern world with an ancient map of pain. Secular penitent, they're coming home, singing in the rain. When they had my mother, they were already gray. They moved to Denver when the jobs moved away. Still they gave us their stories, and they gave us wings. They taught us to feel with the breath that we sang. So my future ancestors, this bequest to you. You are not canaries in a cage, the spirit led us through. Navigate the modern world with an ancient map of pain. The secular penitent, they're coming home, singing in the rain. So I flip the scope from me to our larger world. The future of humankind is being unfurled. Didn't cross no borders, the borders crossed us. Guadalupe Hidalgo, broken treaty unjust. So please don't tell us go back home. For these peaks and these rivers, they're revolving on. So man with the red hat, get it straight. They wanted the divide and conquer us. They don't want us to relate. So look in my eyes, the bloodshot veins, and let's share a breath in our mother's names. Navigate the modern world with an ancient map of pain. Secular penitent, they're coming home, singing in the rain. Hey, thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna play the title track off this most recent album of mine. It's called Roots and Wings. And this goes out to my parents. My mom, she's a retired secondary school teacher. My dad's like a lawyer and activist. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me air, Daddy gave me a feather. Mama knew the seasons, Dad knew the weather. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me sun, Daddy gave me shade. Mama was light, Dad knew what darkness weighed. Dad knew what darkness weighed. I am a head on an upside down tree. I am a branch in my family. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing. Hey, thank y'all. I'd like to thank Cipriano for inviting me to be part of this, and also Aston in the back room, and is it Derek in the back room helping with the sound? And thank y'all also as well for sticking around. Once again, my name is Antonio Lopez.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the pleasure's all mine to have you. It's, again, a great honor to have you perform for us this evening. And tell us where we can find more of your music online and such.
Yeah, so I'm online. My website's AntonioLopezMusic.com. Also on, Spotify, Apple Music, all those places.
Yeah, the new album's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I bought a copy myself, and you got vinyls as well, two of it. Not that we have some people here left, so there is a merch table back there, a couple stickers and merch and things like that, and the CDs and the vinyls. You're always very professional and prepared for that's a good thing. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your journey. I do like to do a little interview at the end here.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell us your journey to where you are now. How did you get to this point?
Yeah. Well, I think a person's journey in life is always about becoming more who they always been their whole life. Like who you were when you were a little kid, just envisioning what you wanted to be in this world. that's what I'm striving for, you know. And I think the life of an artist, it could kind of beat you down sometimes. There are challenges, and it can make you jaded. So I think as an artist, you need to really guard yourself against that and hold on to what makes it fun, what makes it pure, what makes it joyful.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What really resonates about your stuff for me is I very much like when people, you know, talk about their heritage and their history, but find the deeper, darker parts of it, like your whole story about your grandfather being a coal miner. Mine was a migrant worker, and embracing that history and learning how to make them proud, and by doing what you want to do. Because I wrote a poem not too long ago, and just a short story about how all my grandparents and all my ancestors always would tell me, like, you know, have fun and be happy, you know, and that's still hard to find, but I want to bring them that happiness through my music and my poetry and my art. So it just your work is just so very raw and honest, and not to make too many comparables, but it really reminds me of Cat Stevens as well too. I don't know if you're familiar with Cat Stevens.
I am, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of him, and I think just the openness of the acoustic guitar and your alternative tunings and using the capo and just the way you do your cadence and your voice, it's soft spoken, and I mean that in a very good way, but it hits much deeper. Because I remember when I started off too, like your song that you did before, talking about, you know, going through the different genres of music and trying to find your little niche. And I did a lot of grunge singing and metal singing, and so that was a lot of screaming and such, and that's awesome. I mean, I can't do it anymore, but I used to be able to. But what I finally discovered myself is that sometimes a whisper is much more powerful than screaming something. And it's not that you're whispering, but it's delivered ever so, and I think that's what really resonates with me as another artist. So
Hey, thank you, man.
yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it.
So do you have anything else in the works? Do you have any upcoming shows or anything like that?
Yeah, you know, so just in a couple days here, I'm going out to Kansas City. There's a music conference called Folk Alliance International.
Oh, nice.
And it's just kind of like people from all over the world convening there.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of artists, but then also like people that book festivals, concert
great.
series, stuff like that.
Very
so
good, yeah.
it's like a good like networking type of event, but
Sounds
then
like it.
also like
Yeah.
you know, professional development, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good. That's very
Yeah,
good.
then more locally here. So I got a 5-piece band that I perform with, Antonio Lopez band.
Yeah, they're all fantastic.
Thank you.
Very nice tight band. Very good.
And we're going to be playing at the Boulder Creek Festival.
Oh, nice.
On the
Okay.
Bandshell stage in Boulder on Sunday or Monday, Sunday, May 29th.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Definitely. So any new music in the works, like albums or singles or things like that?
Yeah, so the drummer in my band, Christopher Wright, he's a really good engineer.
Yeah, he's a great drummer too.
Thank you. Yeah, and
Fantastic,
he works at a couple studios in Boulder County, so we got really good access to recording studios, and
Nice.
he's working on some singles right now,
Mhm.
and got about 4 of them fully recorded, not mixed yet.
Sounds
but
good.
Gonna be releasing those soon as well.
Great, fantastic. Well, we're all looking forward to it, especially me. But yeah, so once again, I just want to thank you and everybody else who came out tonight for joining us on our Sacred Voices open mic night. And thank you all so much out there. And if you want to donate, our Venmo is Sacred Voices. We'll be here once again next month, second Friday of the month. Here in this studio. First Friday will be on the Santa Fe Arts District, about 9th and Santa Fe at Cafe Tonantzin, and we'll also be, I think, doing a third Friday as well too on same location as well too. So once again, I'm Cipriano Ortega. This is Sacred Voices Open Mic. Good night.